Hi. So as I posted early around about at 10 a.m. In the market watch, stating that the market is looking weak, and the reason for it is all the big players. They were all trending and showcasing that they're going to go towards the end, towards the air, towards they were all trading towards day low. So theoretically, we can see that Nifty started off a really good sort of, but now it's trading at day low. Many a times people ask, how can I trade and how can I can take some nifty positions if there is a chart like this. So this video is just going to give you an idea of how the important levels are being calculated and how it's actually being traded, because many a times retailers especially, they are fooled by this option traders tutorials and workshops where they actually everyone states about the OI buildup and all this stuff, right? So this video I'm going to tell you that you don't need to actually have a look into OI chain, for example, and rather you can take your trade and you can be profitable, right? So we are going to take this virgin chart, and then we are going to draw some lines in it, and then we are going to figure out the first is we have to have no confirmation bias. So theoretically we should not be having a bias in the very start that okay that this is going to be a breakdown of Nifty, and Nifty is going towards 15,500, or it's just a dip and it will move towards 16,000. You shouldn't be based on these analysis. Rather, what we are going to do is we are going to just draw some lines, and from there we will try to infer of what we are getting, right? So the first line which we can draw is this stop was made, and then this stop, and then it eventually made open high over here. So here we can see 15,894. So we can state that 15,900 call or would be a very good candidate where a lot of OI has been built up, right? So this is so simple, so you don't need to look into it, look into this you don't have to actually open every option chain analysis, because the thing is there are two problems. First of all is they always keep on changing. This is the first thing, and the second thing is the data which you are going to get is always delayed, and hence this is not a more of a suitable analysis you can do. But it's very simple. Over here you can see Nifty was in a channel, right? And then what happened? So the channel was broken. It was trying to gain, but it actually failed. So from here what we can see is, so Nifty came towards this channel, went up, and again took a support in this channel, went up, and now you can see, so theoretically this looks like a breakdown, right, from this level 1813. And now let's try to find some support and some resistances round about this point, and then we will have a much better clarification. And we have to also make sure that we are covering important points. Say for example this point, how about this one right here? It was facing resistance. Here it broke, it again tried to recoup, but it faced resistance and it had a fall. Here also it failed, and here multiple times. So I think going forward 825 is a very good sort of resistance, and this is also how the breakdown of today started. It was not able to sustain, and hence it fell, right? So this looks like a good level, definitely, right? Now let's try to find the support of what happens if the support gets broken, right? How about these levels? Say for example here also you can see that this was acting like a support. It broke, and then it tried to set, and then it went down, and then again. So this 734 is seems, and right now if you're trading around 755. So this seems like a good support, and if this support is actually taken out, then maybe we can this is definitely a very good support. Multiple times you can see this has acted like a very good support. Here the breakdown came, and then eventually, so I think this looks really good in that sense. So here you can see Okay, let me go for a 15-minute chart, right? So we did a very basic analysis. We saw that this is a resistance. We saw that, okay, these are important level of support. So what does this mean? 15,650. What does this mean? This is something like a put, right? So you think that if the market is going to come over here, then theoretically you can take your trades accordingly. Here you can see 15,734. So the nearest 15,750. Here is 825. So you can say 850, and here is 15,900, right? So you see that you don't have to actually look into open option, open chain analysis, open interest analysis, and then try to figure out what the market is going to do. Now here I can see in a very as I say, when you are doing so the levels which we figured out till now over here were on a larger time frame to get a big picture. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color so that it makes more sense. So it's much more easier to comprehend of what's happening. So I'm going to choose a light color, something like this. Here you can see this is interesting zone, right? So between this zone you can see the amount of time it spends, and again between this zone, and then when the breakout comes it just flies. Similarly you can see right now it's trading between 15,800 and 15,750, right? So this tight 50 range, and this is on a 15-minute chart we can see, right? So you can understand this. And another thing which I can really see and which might be interesting for you is this is another channel sort of. So theoretically I would have preferred this is more of a, it's more like a I will change this color to something more less yes, or no, let's something like this. It's not a channel. And theoretically what's happening is Nifty is trying to move past this one, right? And so similarly, oh shit, sorry, let's do another trend if we are able to. So this is a sort of a channel, and I am going to delete this line because the channel is already gone, and there is not much of an interest I have on this line. So now you can see, so this is what's happening. Nifty is trying to take some support over here, and then it had a breakdown. So the best thing which you can do is, for really good traders, is you have to track 850, because you can see this 850 level is a level of resistance. So as soon as the breakdown happens, either you can buy a 850 put, or you can sell 850 call, because you can see that the immediate level which was of interest was 850 region. Let me sorry, let me just draw a line. Maybe that would be helpful around about here. So here you can see that 850 it was consolidating between this zone, and then this breakdown came from this where it see, the thing is, it was trying to take a support here. It was it got a breakdown, but it reversed immediately, and then eventually it started shifting towards 825ish, right? And you can also see that it faced a channel resistance, right? So 850 call you can easily sell, and you can hedge yourself with say 900 call, right? And this is the way you can actually have an hedged position, so that even if you go wrong, your losses would be minimal. But if you go right, then the decay which will happen with the 850 call will be much higher, right? And so at any point of time, if you do an analysis like this, and if you open the this is just like if you open the option chain, open interest, and if you look into these levels, you will see that huge amount of buildup is happening. So you don't have to look into outdated and old OI chain to figure out the levels. You can yourself do it, because Nifty moves in this way. Similarly, you can see this is a breakdown, and then eventually it is now consolidating between you see this 780 and 735ish, right? So this is again bound in a range. So if you want to play a range bound trade, so you can see that 825 is definitely going to be a big resistance now, because it had dropped from here. So, and here you can see that a 780, so maybe 15,800, right? So 800 and 850 are now very interesting zones, and you can eventually plan your trade. Say for example, if you think that Nifty is going to break from here, so you can easily go ahead and sell a 15,800 call, or you can buy a 15,800 put, whatever, right? And you can always hedge yourself against, because you know this 850 is going to act like a resistance, so eventually you can try to hedge yourself that even if Nifty is able to breach this particular zone, still it won't be able to breach a 850 zone. Say for example, many a times in order to be a really safe trader, and in order to really make money, and this is the reason why you see this far out of calls are have so open interest, is selling a 16,000 put is actually a very safe trade compared to selling 850 or a 800 call, because even if thing goes against you, you have ample amount of time to make adjustments to your trade, and mostly and in most of the times you will be ending up in profit, because this is a huge, you can see there are 3 different levels of resistances which have to be crossed. It's not like it can't be crossed, but it's something like which is a very simple thing. Now let's try to do a very simple analysis, right? Given this channel, what do you think is what is the flavor of Nifty? Well, you can see that when Nifty touched this, it had a fall, it took support in this channel, and then it went up, and then again it faced resistance. But the thing is, you can see the amount of time which was spent in going from the support to the resistance was very quick, whereas here you can see that Nifty is not even able to go towards the high. So basically, definitely Nifty is right now not having a great strength, because even if it did face a resistance, it came and it got a support. So theoretically Nifty should have traded and should have hit at this point, but rather Nifty is trying to slip and trying to go towards 735 levels, right? And other way around, if you think Nifty is actually strong, so maybe if it comes towards 790 region over here, or 800 region, here you can see that the immediate support was 735, right? So it's basically 15,750. So you can buy that 750 call, or what you can do is if you think Nifty is going to move much ahead, so if you buy a 750 call, and if you want, you can take your hedge position. So maybe getting so this 750 is a huge resistance, so maybe you can buy a 15,800 call and you can sell a 15,750 call, right? Because now you think that no matter what, even if Nifty faces resistance, it won't breach this particular level. So if you sell this 15,750, so basically then you are always 750 put, yeah. So if you sell this 15,750 put, because you are sure that no matter what, Nifty will always be able to hold this 750 put, right? Now what happens if 750 is broken, say on the downside, right? So the next support on a larger time frame is 650. And this is how exactly people make money, right? Here what you can do is there's another trading strategy. You can take this 650 call, 650 put, and you can sell it, and similarly you can take the 15,900 call, you can sell it, no matter what the Nifty is going to be, because you can see this has been happening for such a long time, that Nifty in general is trying to be between these two zones. So you can this is another way in which you can make your strategy. Here you can very well see that there are a lot of big red candles which are coming in, and then Nifty is trying to take a support over here. So maybe when it comes towards 733, and if you think if you're bullish, then you can easily go ahead and buy the 750 or 800 call, and you can hedge yourself with 850 call, or 850 or 900 call, because then you're in the trend, but you're also hedged, so your losses are pretty much on check, and so there is more chances of you to make a good profit, and to have a position also in the way you want to have a position, whether you are long on Nifty or you are short on Nifty. So So folks, I hope this video was helpful, and personally I have never seen a video in which people actually explain that all the OI analysis which is done by all this workshop teachers and analysts and experts. So basically you don't need to have an OI analysis. If you just draw some lines, and if you try to understand how Nifty is behaving, and if you have a general idea about which all stocks are working and which all stocks are weak, so theoretically you yourself can be an expert, and tomorrow going forward you can even start teaching others and getting money for it, right? So this video is helpful, and you can understand why OI analysis and trading based on OI analysis is not much of help, because I don't know if I have not much faith in OI analysis, but rather I have always used my levels. I always understand that, okay, you see, this is exactly what happens. See, right now here, right? So there was a breakdown, but there is no follow-up selling, in the sense that if here when there was a breakdown, and here you can see it immediately got some support and tried to reach this zone, and this is how it should be. But here now you can see that Nifty is trying to recoup. Maybe towards the later of this session it will not be able to hold this particular 750 760 levels, and it will dip towards 730 or 720 levels, right? So if such a dip comes in, and then you already do know that 750 is a very good support, this 734, let me go on a shorter time frame. So you already do know that 735 is a very good support, so you can go and buy the 750 call, and you can hedge yourself, because the support is going to come, and you can hedge by selling an 850 call. So if you follow these levels, and the thing is, I didn't when I drew these lines, I didn't see the levels. I just looked into the chart, because this is how Nifty should work, because these are all option these levels are traded by option in option analysis, and used for these are the strike prices. So obviously Nifty is going to do some interesting movement around those points. You just have to figure that out, and then it's a simple game. Hope this video is helpful in your understanding of how I do the levels, and so the best just to conclude, there are a few things. First of all is, you have to make sure that your understanding of Nifty, whether it's a weak or strong, it should be unbiased, and it should be based only on technical analysis and the way the candles are forming, right? So theoretically you should not be biased by anyone's views. This is the first thing. Second thing is, whenever you take any position in options, always make sure you are hedged, no matter how confident you are. I have seen many traders and many retailers losing lakhs and lakhs of money just because they had unhedged positions. So never do that. Always do hedge, then your maximum loss, and that actually is a sort of a stop loss for you. This is the second thing. Third thing which I wanted to showcase is how these levels are important, and how I draw this particular levels and channel. So here you can see, here Nifty is trying to recoup. So even if it breaks the 780 zone, it will definitely face a resistance in 800 zone, right? Because this would be a channel, and when it goes towards the channel, and if you think that Nifty is going to fall, right, so what would be the best strategy? Just go ahead and buy this 850 put, right? Because 825 is a level, but no matter what, 850 over here is a very strong level. So just buy the 850 put and ride it, right? And if you want to hedge, definitely you can hedge with other lower levels which you think would be out of the money and would expire in zero. Thanks a lot for listening. Hope this video is going to help you in understanding of how I actually do Nifty trading. So first thing is, one of the things I would like to highlight is, you always have an idea of what are the top runners in Nifty and what are the laggards in Nifty. If you see big names, just like today we had big names like HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, all these banks, big banks were trading towards day low in the morning. So obviously you can understand that today is not going to be a good day, theoretically, at least till the mid session of 12:30. Going forward, I think if the banks are able to hold, just like Bajaj Finance was really going good, and I discussed about it when it started moving. So theoretically you have to understand what are the top Nifty runners and what are the top Nifty laggards, and depending upon that you also have to form a view on what would happen, because just for example, Reliance is at 2100, right? What would happen if 2080 levels are broken? How would Nifty behave, right? So this is the worst which can happen. But no matter what, I think Nifty is definitely going to get a support around about the reason why people are talking about 640 as a particular level. Let me show you why they are talking about like that is sort of like this. You can see multiple times this channel has given a support, and so this is exactly the reason why someone in the TV may be saying that, buy this tip and this is going to reverse from here. So all this analysis is evident from the chart. I know if you do multiple lines, it becomes confusing, but this is how you have to work and you have to learn, to earn money from this market. Thanks a lot for listening, and have a nice, wonderful trading.